Hey guys, hope you are all doing well today. So we have a matchup between the Norskins, commanded by me, going up against the forces of Skaven. So finally, a break from the Lizardmen on this channel. This is my second battle with Norsca, second multiplayer battle with Norsca. The first was against Red Legion on a stream that I did, and both these battles were remarkably close. So I definitely have a knack for the Norscan forces. I think I'm definitely going to be using them more in the future. I love how a lot of their units work, especially these Fimir warriors. One of the best monstrous infantry in the game. Anyways, for the Norscan forces, front line's going to be made up of marauders, which are chevroned up 2, I believe, yeah. I always have trouble distinguishing between the bronze chevrons and the gold chevrons, but yeah, it seems like they're chevroned up 2, and they are going to be pretty effective, very effective actually for their cost, against the majority of the Skaven infantry, which in the front lines is going to be clan rats with spears, so the marauders will definitely be able to chew through them eventually. In the back, 3 units of marauder berserkers who are going to be much more efficient against these Skaven infantry. So 2 units of Fimir warriors who trade very well with everything on the field right now that the Skaven possess. Even rat ogres. The main reason I got these guys is because they can trade very efficiently with rat ogres as well. In the back, 3 units of marauder hunters with javelins, and these are going to be the main anti-large units of the army. So if the Hellpit Abomination or any rat ogres decided to come charging towards the Norscan forces, the marauder hunter with javelins will be there to shut them down. On either flank, 1 unit of Norscan Ice Wolves just going to be rounding out the Skaven army and trying to shut down the weapons teams and ranged units from behind before they can do too much damage to the Norscan infantry. And for the chariots and lords, so we have the Ice Wolf chariots who are anti-infantry. They're going to be very powerful at just running through clan rats and storm vermin and whatnot and getting into the juicy ranged in the back. And also we have Wulfric the Wanderer upon his chariot. He's probably the best lord to pick for this matchup, since the other lords are a bit slow and it's going to be very tough to protect them from being completely sniped by Ratling guns and all the other ranged of the Skaven. And so Wulfric the Wanderer on his chariot is probably the best option to try and avoid getting sniped from the Skaven range. And that's pretty much it for the Norscan forces, so let's move on to the Skaven. Front line's going to be made up of clan rats with spears, not going to fare the best against marauders, but they can hold out for a while. And the Eshin Triads are going to be making up the gaps in the second line. Eshin Triads are hidden in the beginning, so they do present a surprise to Norsca, and I believe they are also anti-large. So if they do manage to catch some of the Fimir warriors, they will be trading very efficiently with them. Poison Wind Globadiers also in the secondary line. They can be very powerful against grouped up infantry, though I myself don't really find much use for them. They get shut down pretty quickly and they're also wildly inaccurate. But if you manage to group up the Norscan infantry, Poison Wind Globadiers can do quite a bit of damage. In the back, it's just going to be Storm Vermin with Halberds, going to be the main elite, I guess. They're not really elite. They will lose against Marauder Berserkers, but Storm Vermin with Halberds are probably the best unit to counter the Fimir warriors and the rest of the Norscan army. They can definitely hold out for a very long time. Making up the ranged for the Skaven are going to be 2 units of Warp Fire Throwers on either flank, very effective at pushing back hordes of marauders, and 3 units of Ratling guns. These guys are so powerful at shutting down infantry over the course of the battle. They are anti-infantry and they're also damage dealers, as you can see in the attributes, and so they will just be doing a hammering to any Norscan infantry that gets into their range. Shutting them down with Ice Wolves is going to be so important to winning for the Norscans. And that's pretty much it for the for the Lord. Forgot about, oh shoot, didn't mean to go onto the map. For the Lord, we have a Master Assassin who's going to be trading very effectively with Wulfric if he does manage to catch up. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Skaven forces, so let's get on with the battle. Front lines are going to be engaging each other, and the Eshin Triads have been seen now. They're not hidden anymore, and so I basically just use the Marauders to intercept them to ensure that they cannot get into the Fimir Warriors. And then I use the Fimir Warriors to get their wonderful charge bonus off. What is their charge bonus? Charge... let's see. I actually want to see this. Fimir Warriors, charge bonus... 25. Not the greatest, but they can do quite a bit of damage, even against the Eshin Triad, which are anti-large. The Ratling guns are just going off on the Marauders and Marauder Berserkers, though the Marauder Berserkers are trading very, very efficiently with the Clan Rats with spears. The main damage they're taking are going to be from the Ratling guns. And now the Ice Wolves from the sides have managed to catch, or they will catch, these Warp Fire Throwers and shut them down before they can do any real damage. You can see they still have full ammunition. They have not managed to fire a single volley off into the Norscan infantry. And so even though the front lines are being bogged down for the Norskins, the fact that the Ice Wolves have managed to catch some of the valuable range units in the back is going to be key for victory for the Norskins. So the Poison Wind Globadiers are being slowly but steadily pushed away by the Marauder Hunters with Javelins. They really don't have many great targets in this matchup since the Skaven didn't bring any large units, no Rat Ogres, no Hell Pit Abomination, and so they're just going to be firing in at whoever they can find. Currently trying to goon out the Master Assassin, but he is going to be a bit tough to kill. The Ratling guns are still firing. They're just so dangerous in this matchup if you don't shut them down. Look what they have done to these Fimir Warriors. I believe we brought 2 units of Fimir Warriors and they are pretty much already deleted from the battle. You can see they barely have any EHP left either way, and Wulfric the Wanderer has been routed from the battle. This is huge for the Skaven. I believe they use the Master Assassin to catch him and do a ton of damage to him. And even though he's upon his chariot, he was caught and eventually broken from the battle, though he does recover. So the leadership loss isn't taking place yet, but he is just way too low to play much of a significant role in the further battle. He just has to use his speed upon his chariot to avoid any gooning attempts from the Ratling guns and the Master Assassin. And now things are looking, other than the fact that Wulfric is very low on HP, things are looking fine for the Norskins. They have managed to shut down the majority of the Ratling guns, and the Ice Wolves are being very efficient in chasing off the dangerous infantry units, the dangerous range units of the Skaven. You can see the Poison Wind Globadiers and the Ratling guns are being routed from the battle. There is a pocket of strength for the Skaven. The Master Assassin, along with some Clan Rats and Storm Vermin, are holding out against some Marauders and Marauder Berserkers, along with Fimir Warriors. They actually managed to rout the Fimir Warriors, which it's actually not that surprising since the Storm Vermin are anti-large. The Ice Wolves do come in for a wonderful charge in the back, along with the remaining unit of Fimir Warriors, and they will be able to rout the remaining Skaven infantry. This is wonderful for the Norskins, but the Warp Fire Throwers, unfortunately, the Skaven mechanic is that the range units do get routed very quickly and easily, but they can recover, and then that's where this battle gets dangerous. The Skaven army is super spread out, which allows for the Ratling guns to just fire in and run away whenever infantry units come close. So you can see these Ratling guns probably going to be turning and firing in at these Marauder Berserkers. That's the dangerous aspect of the Skaven army, that you rout them once, but they will come back and they will be even more spread out, which is going to be even tougher for the mobility of the Norskins to shut down. The Ice Wolf chariots, along with some Norscan Ice Wolves and the Fimir Warriors, are attempting to kill off the Master Assassin, but they are having quite a tough time of it. Another pocket of strength is rapidly forming for the Skaven. We have some Warp Fire Throwers and Ratling guns firing into some Marauder Berserkers, and the Marauder Hunters will probably do a decent job at shutting them down, though they will keep firing for quite a long time since the Marauder Hunters aren't really anti-infantry with their javelins, so it's going to be a while before they can shut them down, which is Gonna give time for the Ratling guns to absolutely destroy these Marauder Berserkers who have gone into a frenzy. In the back, the Norscan Ice Wolves still doing a very efficient job in chasing off the Skaven infantry along with these Ice Wolf chariots. The Master Assassin is doing remarkably well, killing off some Marauders along with Fimir Warriors. Fimir Warriors should be very good at shutting down the Master Assassin, but seems like they have been routed from the battle. These Ratling guns have just been firing for so long, they do so much damage over the course of a battle. You can see Marauder Berserkers are pretty much dead at this point, barely any HP left, only 20 or so models left in each unit, won't be playing much of a role in the further battle. Wulfric, still somehow alive, will have to resist any attempts from the Master Assassin to snipe him down. Yeah, you can see he's coming dangerously close. Yeah, he's going to be in range of the Master Assassin, and so he will be slowly but surely sniped out with the Master Assassin's ranged attacks. Ooh, he's coming very close. Will the Master Assassin catch up? A Looming Dread comes on at minus 48% speed. A Foe Seeker does come in to increase his speed a bit. He is slowly outrunning Master Assassin, and a Hunter of Champions comes in to save Wulfric the Wanderer once and for all, though he still can be sniped out with the Master Assassin's ranged attack. Yeah, you can see he's not gonna fare very well at all against the Master Assassin's ranged attacks. He really has to keep running away as quickly as possible and get out of range. Only 547 HP left, and every shot he takes, let's see, oh man, about 200 HP lost for every shot, and he is already wavering. If he permanently routes from the battle, it is going to be terrible for the Norskins. Marauder Hunters are pretty much the only healthy unit left, and though they are decent melee combatants, they probably won't be able to win against a cycle charging Master Assassin. The pocket of strength for the Skaven on the left has pretty much been shut down. All the the Warpfire Throwers are left, but they're way too far to really be doing much in the further battle. So Marauder Berserkers are going to be shutting down some Storm Vermin with halberds along with the Ice Wolf chariots. And at this point, it seems like it's just going to be a circle chase of the Master Assassin. It's unfortunate, but he will not commit the Master Assassin into battle. He's determined to snipe out Wulfric the Wanderer, who was broken for a second, but he has recovered and has to make sure that he continues running out of range of the Master Assassin. Yeah, losing Wulfric is going to be devastating. The balance of power is very favored for the Norskins. You can probably tell that by the giant infantry hordes that are coming after the Master Assassin, but you can never underrate these Skaven Lords. Oh man, look at that snipe. Absolutely destroys one unit of the Marauder Ice Wolf chariots. They are the last mobility left that can catch up to the Master Assassin. The rest of the Norscan infantry is just way too slow. Again, Wulfric the Wanderer, his job is just going to be running away as far as possible from the assassin and resisting any attempts to snipe him out. Again, he is wavering, but there's really nothing Norskins can do at this point. He's not even taking any damage, so if he routes at this point, pretty much just unlucky for the Norskins. The Marauder Hunters do have some ammunition left, so they can attempt to shoot out the Master Assassin, but they aren't anti-infantry. They're only anti-large with those missiles, so they won't be doing too much damage. Oh man, these Ice Wolf chariots are not doing the greatest job against the Master Assassin. Though they are anti-infantry, they barely have any HP left, and any hit from the Master Assassin will likely rout them from the battle, though they do get a decent charge off and knock him into the ground. Yeah, the Master Assassin will probably be able to fight them off, but now he's getting surrounded by Marauders. Not the greatest scenario for him, though Wulfric does come within range of his range attack. Oh man, he just runs away. He doesn't even take any hits. Wulfric just comes within range of the Master Assassin and just runs away permanently from the battle. So the Norskins do, in the end, take a huge leadership loss which you can see is being reflected in the fact that Marauder Berserkers along with these Ice Wolf chariots are running away from the battle, and at this point it's just going to be, yeah, it's pretty much these Warp Fire Throwers and the Master Assassin running away from some Marauder Hunters. Though the, yeah, Warp Fire Throwers just run away instantly. Yeah, so this is pretty much, at this point, I get kind of pissed off because he's cycle charging the Master Assassin. Nobody follows tournament rules in quick battles for some reason, so yeah, you can see just trying to cycle charge the Marauder Hunters to death. And it's kind of working, though the Master Assassin is taking quite a bit of damage with every charge. He's probably going to rout these Marauders though, so at least there's one good thing. Yeah, I'm just getting so pissed off at this point. I'm like spamming in the chat, follow tournament rules please, follow tournament rules. But yeah, he's cycle charging. Oh well, nothing really you can do. The Norscans have basically won the battle yet. If the Master Assassin ever commits the battle, there are just too many Marauder Hunters left for the Skaven to win. Yeah, you can see every charge he takes in is gonna be losing quite a bit of HP. But the Norscans in the end do win the battle. So not bad for my second Norscan battle ever, and you guys will probably be seeing quite a few more battles with this faction. I definitely enjoy using them a ton. Anyways, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you guys in the next one.